This is Houston Newsmakers with Cambrell Marshall.
And welcome to Houston Newsmakers this Thanksgiving weekend. It is certainly far from the normal time of celebration with our families. COVID-19 has changed all of that, of course. Many of us are searching for ways to find some sort of peace, whether it be through faith or friends or perhaps spirituality. That question had me thinking when I ran across the book, Happy Soul, Hungry Mind, written by Ravi. Kathuria. It got my attention when he wrote about the pressures of modern life and techniques for calming the mind, and a statement that religion discriminates. Spirituality does not. Ravi Kathuria is here this morning. He is president of the Houston Strategy Forum and author of the book, Happy Soul, Hungry Mind. Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Thank you for having me on your show and inviting me. What an honor, sir, to be on your show. Thank you.
It's great to have you here. What led you to write this book?
Campbell, 5 years ago, I had a choice whether to work on a business endeavor, which would take me 5-10 years. It was to develop software for my consulting practice, or focus on what really is the purpose of life. And I had been spiritually inclined all my life, and I decided I should not delay working on my spiritual progress anymore. So I decided that I need to invest the time to take that fork in the road,
right,
and write this book on spirituality.
You talk about the difference, as you see it, between religion and spirituality. What is that difference, and can't they go hand in hand?
They go hand in hand, and let me provide a context. Think of religion as ground transportation to the airport. You could take a train, you could take a bus, or if you do not believe in religion, you can drive yourself or walk to the airport. At the airport, the gate agent doesn't ask you, how did you get there? They check your papers and then let you board the flight. Spirituality is the flight. The flight does not care what was the means you used. Religion is one of the means to get to spirituality. Spirituality is 1,000,000 times more powerful than religion.
Do you see that people who are seeking a religious connection should actually be searching for spirituality if they're trying to find a connection with God?
Yes. Religion cannot get you the God experience. Only spirituality can. Religion can help you move towards spirituality. And that's what we have to remember. Religion has a place in our life. Religion is very helpful, but we have to be careful. Like any other tool in life, if you do not understand the context and if you do not understand how to use the tool, then that tool can actually become a hindrance.
These days, I think everyone is certainly under a tremendous amount of stress and angst and searching for ways to find a inner peace, if you will. Yeah. What do you say to those people who are trying to find that and may want to search for some level of spirituality to make that happen? How does that happen? How does one take those steps?
Yes, what a beautiful question, sir. We're all searching for peace, right? And 2020 has been oh God, nobody could have imagined this year, right? So the amount of stress and anxiety is very difficult. And even in my book, Happy Soul, Hungry Mind, the two characters have a lot of stress in their life. So spirituality is practical. It is here to help us in our day-to-day life, center us, and get ourselves closer to peace. I released a video on my website and YouTube, 18 steps to reduce stress. But we have to understand this is a key difference. All our stress and our fear comes from our mind. When the mind is afraid, then it takes over. We have to understand we are not our mind. We are the owners of our mind. And so when we begin to distance ourselves, when we begin to observe the mind and say, the mind is experiencing fear, the mind has anxiety, it gives us a little more control over the mind. It allows us to manage the mind and then chart it towards peace. And there are several steps I can get into on how to become peaceful. I'll mention a couple of them. One is to put yourself, create a little distance between the situation. You know, if you're watching the virus news 10 hours a day, trust me, it will have an impact on you. So keep up with the news, but do not allow you to overwhelm yourself. Allow yourself to be able to turn off and say, let me maintain a distance. It may be the virus news, It may be any other situation. It may be a stressful situation at work.
Mm-hmm.
generate some distance between you and the work situation.
So the book, Happy Soul, Hungry Mind, just quickly, we've got a couple of minutes left. How do you set that up? What does the reader see when he delves into the book?
Yeah, so the book is the story of a young entrepreneur who's facing business challenges and unfortunately has just gone through some family tragic events. And he's completely torn apart. It's the story of him and the senior executive who was a mentor in his previous life, but the mentor himself has problems of his own creation. So it's a series of contentious conversations and debate between these two men about life, about spirituality, about religion, about how to find peace in their situations. And the story takes you along. It's a very emotional story, but it's a humorous story. You get to understand the two men and their struggles, but it gives us lessons. And most importantly, the book shares spiritual truths that can help this world peaceful and raise the quality of our life.
And what do you want people to get from this book? What do you want them, when they get done with it, how do you want them to be impacted?
I want them to remember that spirituality is practical, spirituality is simple, spirituality can help you right now. Spirituality does not discriminate. And at the end of the day, our purpose in life is to find and experience that peace within. We have an ocean of peace within that we must experience. If we do that, our quality of life can go up way higher.
The book is Happy Soul, Hungry Mind. Ravi Kathuria, thank you for your time this morning and providing us with this great food for thought after Thanksgiving. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.